Okay, tonight for the linguine and clam sauce, let me go over the ingredients. We have the clams here. I have 2 dozen of the steamer clams. We have the fresh Italian parsley, 1 whole bowl of garlic, 4 peppers, but then I also have the minced clams. Now, a lot of people don't do this. Sometimes they just put the whole clams in and put them on top, or sometimes they just use the minced clams. I like using both because with the pasta itself, when you mix it up, I like having it loaded with the minced clams, and then I like putting those on the top so you get the best of both. So I like using the 2 of them. We have anchovies. Now, I know a lot of people don't like anchovies, and I really don't care for them either, but they really work well in the dish. You don't even taste it, so I really recommend it. Even if you don't like it, try putting it in, because we only put a few in. Of course, a linguine, then salt, pepper, a little red pepper, a pinch of oregano, and we'll use a lot of olive oil. So you can see it's a really simple dish, easy to make at home. Let's get started. Okay, the first step is we're going to mince up the garlic. I broke it up and there's 10 cloves, so 8 to 10 cloves is good. The secret to this recipe, a lot of garlic. I love garlic, and the more garlic, the better. So I broke it up, and this probably is the most tedious step, is cutting up the garlic. And the way I do it, you cut off the 2 ends to that, and then you could just cut off the little side there, and you see how that just broke off and fell, and there it is. And that's how we do them. And once it's done, you could cut it down the middle, and then very finely, because you want to mince this. See how fine those slices are? Mm-hmm. And then just keep slicing. Okay, and then turn, and then just finally do it again. And at the end, you have minced garlic. And we'll do that with all the other pieces. Okay, that was all the garlic. And see how much we have there?
A lot.
It's a lot.
Yummy.
Okay, now when we cut these, there's going to be a lot of juice in it. So I'm going to cut it on the dish. Get the juice out and then put it on the board. See all that?
Mm-hmm. Are these hot?
Oh, no, they're mild. In fact, I'll have the name of the peppers on the recipe when I give it to you.
Okay.
Okay, now we just slice them up. And you can see they cut pretty easy. Turn it around. That's it. Put it on the same dish, but we'll put it on the separate side because the garlic's gonna go in first. We'll cut up the anchovies and we'll be ready to go. Okay, we have a pot here where we're gonna cook the linguine. Then we have the frying pan over here. That's where we're gonna cook the clams in the sauce. So as we're cutting up the ingredients, what we could do at this point is put the water on for the linguine. I already put a bunch of water in there. Depending on how big your pot is, I have it filled up like 2/3. And we're going to cook about a half a pound of linguine. And we'll put a bunch of salt in like that. And we'll get that starting to boil. Okay, I opened the anchovies, little fishies. And we're going to take this, and I like cutting this on the other cutting board, not the wooden one. The wooden one I like reserving just for vegetables, so this is what I do all my meats on. And I think we'll put 4 in, see? But let me do 1 extra because Okay, now again, you could skip this step if you want, but I would recommend, again, even if you don't like anchovies, try it. And I don't even think you'll taste it in there, but it really adds to the recipe. Cut it up nice and fine. Okay, we'll just cut it a little more. Okay, there we go. just about ready to go. Okay, now we have the Italian parsley, and I'm just gonna chop this up. It doesn't have to be cut fine or minced. Chopping is fine. Bring it right down to about there. And I'll just give it one more. We'll put this on the plate, and that'll be for when it's frying. We're going to add it a little later. So all our ingredients right now are prepared, and we are ready to start. We have the pot on for the linguine. The water's getting ready to boil, and we'll start with the sauce. Pour the olive oil in the pan, and we'll turn it on just under high. Okay, let's add the garlic first. I love the sizzle of garlic. I don't know what it is. I'll just cook that for about a minute or two. Turn it down to medium. And you don't want it to burn or brown at this step. It's very important not to have the oil too hot. It's been just about 1 minute. Again, it's medium heat, it's not burning. And now we're going to add the anchovies and the peppers. And we'll cook them. Okay, now the crushed red pepper, just going to use a pinch. You see that? Not much. You just want a hint of spiciness there. And the oregano, just a pinch of that. Mix it up. The 4 cans of clams, we're going to put them right in. At this point, the water is boiling. We have the clam juice getting ready to boil as well. So we're going to put the linguine in. We'll put only about half a pound because a pound is going to be just a bit too much. And we're going to cook it al dente, which is means just a little firm. You don't want it soggy, soggy noodles. Okay, now we just put the linguine in, and you see how the water's just starting to boil? Mm-hmm. So what we'll do at this point is put the clams in. Okay. And we're going to cover that because we're going to steam the clams right in the frying pan.
Oh, okay.
And we'll keep stirring the linguine. Linguine, it was starting to foam up, and it has the potential to foam up and spill over. So what I did was I lowered it to just below medium, and you see how the foam went down, so watch out for that. And when you look through here, you could see it's boiling now, and the clams are going to start steaming in there. Once they steam and they open, we'll take the clams out, and then we'll finish cooking the sauce. It's been about 8 minutes, and it's done. It's al dente. And the way I tested, I just sampled the piece, I picked one up and tasted it, and it was done. It's funny because my friend, when we were growing up, the way they would do it, they would take a piece and they would throw it against the refrigerator, and if it stuck, it was done.
Oh my. That wouldn't go well at my house. No. You'd be getting in trouble. You'd get a beat down.
Not with Mama Campbell.
No,
that would not go over.
No, she wouldn't have that. We'd love to do it though.
Yeah, well, it's fun. Okay, now we'll just drain this. Okay, now you see how these opened up? Mm-hmm. And they're nice and done. let's take these out. We'll drain them off a little. We'll put them in a bowl. We'll reserve them for later. And again, I got 2 dozen, a dozen for each of us. Okay, now we took all the clams out. And now that they're out, the next step, you see how that's still boiling? That's good. Now we're going to add the parsley. Mix that up, and we're going to cook it a little more and let the liquid evaporate just a bit and thicken down. And after it does that, only a couple more minutes really, after it does that, we're going to add the linguine right to this. Okay, while that's cooking, this is already drained. We want to add some olive oil so it doesn't stick. So we just put it right in there. We'll mix that up. Okay, now we just put the oil in the linguine. We're going to put it right in there. Now we're going to mix this whole thing up. And this is the part, remember we had the cans of clams? Mm-hmm. You see all the clams in there? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's so nice having this in addition to the clams we're going to put on top.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of clam. I mean, yeah, that it is, but this is even more. It's more clammy.
It's like that commercial. What is that commercial? They have more is better.
Yeah, more is always better.
So we'll cook this a couple of minutes more, thicken the sauce up, and the pasta is going to now absorb some of the sauce, or some of the liquid. Okay, we've fried it for about 3 minutes now. You see how it thickened up there, how the sauce is thickening? So we're ready to serve. So we'll turn it off. We'll come over here. And we have a pasta bowl for Crystal. And you tell me how much you want. Maybe one more? Mm-hmm. I think I want just a little more. Okay. Some cheese?
Yes.
Okay. I have some Parmesan cheese. This step is optional, you don't have to do it, but we have it, so we'll grate some fresh Parmesan on it. And we'll take the clams and we'll start lining them around. I'll just pour a little juice on it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And there you have it. Linguine and white clam sauce.